We bring you the latest updates from the Pna Newsroom. State-owned Development Bank of the Philippines, or DBP, will no longer remit half of its earnings to the national government after President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. issued an order cutting its dividend rate to 0. Marcos issued Executive Order Number 8 adjusting the dividend rate of DBP from 50% to 0%. Marcos issued the EO following the recommendation of Finance Secretary Benjamin Diokno. This is said to allow DBP to comply with the regulations of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas and to sustain its role in the economic recovery, such as addressing the gaps in the agricultural sector and increasing the resilience of the agricultural value chain. It will also allow DBP to provide more credit support for infrastructure and logistics facilities, micro, small, and medium enterprises or MSMEs, environment and social services, and community development. The executive order was signed by Marcos on December 9 and will take effect immediately. To help revitalize Philippine tourism, the government is encouraging Filipinos to invite and entice foreigners to visit the country through its Bisita Be My Guest or PBBM program. The campaign, which will run from January 2023 to April 2024, is led by the Department of Tourism and the Department of Migrant Workers. Tourism Secretary Maria Cristina Frasco said the program is in line with President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s call for Filipinos to be the best ambassadors for the Philippines all over the world. All Filipinos and the foreign visitors they invite are qualified to join the BBMG. Invitees must present proof that they traveled to the Philippines from January 1, 2023 to April 30, 2024. Some of the major raffle prizes are a condominium, a car and vacation travel packages. Participants are also entitled to discounts at special travel rates. For more details, visit the official BBMG website at bbmg.philippines.travel. The Philippine National Police is now on full alert as part of tightened security measures in time for the climax of the holiday season. PNP spokesperson Colonel Jean Fajardo said that no untoward incident was reported during the first day of the traditional Simbang Gabi nationwide. Fajardo noted that a lot of people attended the masses this morning because this is the first Christmas they will celebrate after 2 years of restrictions due to the COVID-19 pandemic. During the 9-day dawn masses, the PNP will mobilize patrol units in the vicinity of Catholic churches and chapels. The PNP deployed close to 30,000 police officers in 3,700 places of worship. In a statement, PNP Chief General Rodolfo Azurin Jr. directed all police personnel to be on standby and ready to be deployed. Azurin also directed all PNP unit commanders to make the necessary adjustments in the deployment of patrols to cope with large crowds and public gatherings. The ongoing modernization program at the Philippine Army is expected to boost the country's defense forces. It also aims to provide additional assets to safeguard the sovereignty of the land. The Philippine Army recently deployed game-changer assets such as 12 units of 155mm self-propelled howitzers, 15 units of M113A2 armored mortar carriers, 2 units of vehicle-mounted mine detectors, 2 units of armored vehicle launch bridge, unmanned aerial systems, combat radios, and thermal imagers. Army Commander Lieutenant General Romeo Bronner Jr. said these new assets will boost the capabilities of their ground units as the Army shifts from internal security to territorial defense operations. This year, the Philippine Army commenced its third and final base camp of Army Transformation Roadmap that aims to achieve its full potential as a world-class land force by 2028. Meanwhile, the Philippine Army also deployed some 136 newly commissioned second lieutenants to their first unit assignments. The new batch came from the Philippine Military Academy Class of 2022, Officer Candidate Course ROTC Class, Foreign Service Academies, and remaining OCC classes. Their deployment means that these new officers will formally start their military career or journey. Defense Officer in Charge Undersecretary Jose Faustino Jr. thanked the newly graduated officers for relinquishing the comforts of civilian life and taking on the challenge to become the new breed of young leaders of the Philippine Army. And that is the latest and the biggest stories from the Pna Newsroom. For more news content, visit our webpage or head on to the Philippine News Agency's Facebook and Twitter accounts. We are also shown on the social media pages of the Office of the Press Secretary and on Radio Pilipinas RP1. Stay tuned for more news updates. I am William Theo. We tell stories that inspire change. Good afternoon, everyone.